tumeketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye
tunazunguka kote kote mchana kutwa kukuletea taarifa na matokeo ya habari kutoka pembe zote za ulimwengu. Jioni tunaweka mduara wa kujadili taarifa ziso hizo kwa mapana na marefu. Ungana nasi kila siku ya wiki kwenye matukio ya siku saa 2 jioni kwenye Sound Candy Talk. Matukio ya siku, makao makuu ya habari kuu ya siku.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad you're watching. Thank you so much for making time to join us. This is Sound Candy Talk, Open Forum Political Discussion Show, the show that gives you an opportunity to air what you feel and think about the latest development on our political front. Well, a lot is taking place in this country. Always, as usual, some of it never ceases to surprise us. Even as we continue with the William Ruto administration, we are now faced with another finance bill in the pipeline and is already facing some opposition from different quarters of the country. The response of the government is what is surprising, that one software developer, Worsens, is now spending a night behind bars for building a website that she's sharing reasons why the Finance Bill 2025 should be rejected. Now, this is the place where we start this conversation, and the conversation is such that we are shocked that the government should be responding on the finance bill with arrests. This, in my opinion, is shocking in the sense that we expect better, and we should be, be more informed as a government, because if this is the approach, then I still feel that this Finance Bill 2025 may suffer the consequences of 2024. Because why would a government arrest somebody for expressing herself about what she feels about the Finance Bill? Are we now going to be governed in such a way that our freedom of speech and freedom of expression is gagged, and we can't say anything about what the government is doing? Well, this is the new day in this country that we are all need to adhere to, and of course learn from what is happening. So we'll be starting with that story of the arrest of this Worsens, a software developer who has put up a website in advocacy against the finance bill and now she's spending in police custody simply because she expressed herself as a Kenyan. Now, to me, that is very disturbing. Remember, we are in the backdrop of the human rights activists being locked out of Tanzania, others tortured in Tanzania simply because they are activists and they are in Tanzania. So this one where somebody's arrested for having a website that is displaying why the finance bill should be rejected is a new one. And we all as Kenyans need to share on the same and of course take a stand that is required. Well, while that is going on, the new CS for Health, Adan Duale, has withdrawn all licenses to do with nicotine imports. Will also be weighing on the same and, of course, being able to tell the reasons behind the withdrawal of those licenses and what are the advantages and disadvantages of the same. What is in this that is making Duale to withdraw those licenses? Then, of course, in a short while, we'll be in Madaraka Day, and the Madaraka Day celebration will be in Homa Bay County. Preparations have been concluded, and so we'll be waking up at daybreak with the Madaraka Day celebration in Homa Bay County, and then, of course, with the Sunday service. And so as Kenyans celebrate their 62nd or 61st Madaraka Day celebration, we all as a country have reasons to celebrate and also reasons not to celebrate. Whichever side you belong to, kuwa na Madaraka Day ya kufana hata kama si ya kukata na shoka. Asante sana, naomba tumakinike tunapoanza kwa pamoja. Samahani, sitaweza kukaa nasi mpaka dakika mwisho. I'm having sore throat and that's one of the reasons why I've not been here, but we are pushing to see to it that Thank you everybody. Let's keep going. Asante sana watu wangu wa nguvu wa TikTok. Naomba tafadhali tumakinike kushare hiyo live, like video, YouTube as well as Facebook. Asanteni sana. Let's hear this out.
Tonight, Kenyan software developer and activist Rose Njeri is spending a second night in custody at the Pangani police station. She was arrested on Friday afternoon by detectives from the Tonight, Kenyan software developer and activist Rose Njeri is spending a second night in custody at the Pangani police station. She was arrested on Friday afternoon by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations over allegations that she created an online platform enabling citizens to object to the Finance Bill 2025. Rose was apprehended in South B and has since been denied bail despite battling a medical condition and being a mother of two. Her arrest has sparked widespread outrage on social media, with many viewing it as an act of oppression, especially coming shortly after President William Ruto's recent apology to the youth. Melita Oletenges kicks us off on Citizen Weekend.
Njeri has found herself at odds with the government after developing an online tool known as Civic Email, designed to facilitate public objections to the Finance Bill 2025. She was arrested in South B on Friday afternoon and taken to Pangani police station. Her detention has ignited a storm of criticism online, with human rights activists and lawyers demanding to know why she remains in custody without bail or formal charges.
I spoke to the officer in charge at Pangani police station whether he could give her a bond, and he told me that his hands are tied. The matter is being handled by the DCI.
Efforts by lawyers to secure her release have been met with silence. DCI detectives have yet to provide clear reasons for her continued detention, instructing legal counsel to seek answers from the Serious Crimes Desk.
First, if anybody is charged of a crime, it is important that they be produced as fast as possible before court. Rose was brought to Pangani yesterday at 1 p.m. There was enough time to process bail for her. She is unwell, she has anemia. So far, neither I nor senior counsel have been able to see what she has been charged with.
Lawyers have condemned the arrest as an intimidation tactic aimed at silencing Rose and other Kenyans who may oppose the Finance Bill 2025.
This young lady made some comments on the finance bill. They were not received well by those in authority, which in my humble view is most unfortunate, because everyone should be allowed to say what he wants to say about the financial bill.
The Law Society of Kenya, through its president Faith Odhiambo, has also expressed frustration over the difficulties lawyers have faced in providing Rose with legal counsel, stating all efforts to secure her release on police bail have been frustrated by the officers in charge, who have yet to respond to counsel's requests. Public pressure continues to mount online, with Kenyans calling for Rose's immediate release. Many say her arrest undermines President Ruto's recent apology to the youth during the national prayer breakfast.
And it's sad that this comes just after an apology was issued. And like Senior has said, what is Madaraka Day? What freedom are we enjoying if this is what a senior counsel is being treated to at 7 p.m.?
Melita Oletenges, Citizen TV.
Mambo kama hayo Kenya, mambo yanavyobadilika ndivyo yanavyosalia jinsi yalivyokuwa. Tunasherekea Madaraka Day. Madaraka yenyewe hatuyaoni. 60 years we have not put together modalities to see to it that people's freedom of expression can be done, and in case they have broken the law, they can be facilitated to be bailed out. Why should any arrest be culminating into inflicting pain and frustration to the victim of the arrest? This doesn't add up, in my opinion. I think we are doing poorly as a country. And why? I mean, it is just a website and it is talking about the finance bill. The finance bill is not valid if it doesn't have public participation. And which other way does the public participate if they can't talk about the finance bill? They can't give the merits and the demerits of the finance bill. This, in my opinion, it is far-fetched. And if this is how William Ruto intends to look for his second term in office, is losing by a huge margin. I think I don't see why somebody should be punished for expressing themselves about the finance bill that requires Kenyans' input. And so nobody should be gagging Kenyans to talk about the finance bill. Or they should come out and tell us what have they put in the finance bill that they don't want Kenyans to know. If the finance bill is about Kenyans and serving Kenyans, why would anybody be, be behind bars because of putting up a platform where Kenyans can interact and share views on whether they should support or reject the finance bill? This is the usual old system of trying to deceive Kenyans that the administration is acting in their favor when they are actually acting against them. This is unacceptable, and I believe as Kenyans we need to raise our voices against such. And talking about Madaraka Day, sasa ndio madaraka haya ya kufungia watu kwa sababu wamesema finance bill ni mbaya. Kama finance bill ni mbaya, rekebisha, sio kwenda kufungia mtu kwa sababu amesema ni mbaya. Hii akili ya primitive mimi sipendi, na Wakenya wanapaswa kuamka. Hii akwendi hivi. Hatuwezi kuwa na nchi ambayo eti kila mtu atatishwa na afungiwe kama atasema chochote kinyume na serikali. Hizo siku zilipita mbali sana. We can't go back there. And so let the finance bill, if the finance bill is carrying goodies for Kenyans, let Kenyans see the goodies and appreciate. If the finance bill is carrying disaster for Kenyans, let Kenyans know so that they prepare themselves for what is coming. But this, controlling the environment and trying to, fool Kenyans, I don't think is going to work. And so let the people in government wake up and realize that this is a different Kenya altogether, and Kenyans have a right to know what's going on. If it is for Kenyans, then it can't be for Kenyans without Kenyans. Let the Kenyans do their input, let them express their thoughts about the same. Hakuna haja kutumia polisi vibaya, unatumia vitengo vya usalama vibaya. That somebody is arrested, then is entitled to cash bail or whatever bail, and then you deny them the bail because you just want to punish them by keeping them behind bars for a whole weekend, pretending to wait for Monday to take them to court. And then Monday is also a holiday. So this is strategically pre-planned, premeditated, intimidation and frustrating this particular activist simply because she has said something against the finance bill. This is unbecoming. This is unacceptable. So you arrest somebody on Saturday, stays in behind bars on Sunday. Monday is public holiday. So the earliest she can be produced before the judge is on Tuesday. Those are 4 days behind bars. She has a medical condition. She needs to be attended to by the doctor. You deny them those. That's right. So why should that be the case? Are we degenerating to this level that we change one thing, then we go back to what we used to do? This is not it. And so Kenyans of goodwill, I don't know what's your take on the same, but hii inaudhi sana. Kwa hivyo kama Wakenya wenye nia njema, tusimame imara, ukweli wa mambo utajulikana. Kama finance bill ni kuhusu Wakenya wajue. Lakini kama finance bill ni kuserve matakwa ya rais na whatever genge lake, basi ijulikane kwamba Wakenya wapo kuonekana, sio kusikikwa na wako tu pale kufanya kila ambacho rais anawaruhusu kufanya, lakini hii sio Kenya ambayo imepiganiwa na sio Kenya ambayo inapaswa kuwa na Madaraka Day. Kama ni Madaraka Day, Wakenya wapewe uhuru wao, uhuru wa kusema, uhuru wa kuhusiana na uhuru wa kutekeleza haki yao. Tuache hii story ya kuturudisha in dark days. No, this is not it. Okay, let's get the other part of that story as we continue to engage. Wale mnakuja studio, naomba muwai tafadhali. Na aliwaambia internet yetu imechapa, kwa hivyo tuko hapa kwa injury time. Kwa hivyo kama una la kusema mapema, tukazungumze mapema kabla our bundles run out. Our internet is problematic. Let's look at this again.
Some of your views in this live broadcast. But now we go straight to a top story. These are: web developer Worsens remains in police custody a day after her arrest by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. Njeri was apprehended for allegedly creating an online feedback portal on Finance Bill 2025 called Let You Reject the Finance Bill 2025, a digital tool designed to educate and empower Kenyans to formally oppose the controversial proposed bill. What began as a civic tech initiative has now taken a troubling turn, igniting national debate and concern over digital rights and freedom of expression. As Catherine Imuraget reports, Njeri's arrest has kindled a firestorm on social media, with human rights groups and activists demanding her immediate release.
Pressure is mounting online following the arrest of a 35-year-old Kenyan web developer Rose Njeri in connection with a digital platform she reportedly created to help Kenyans formally oppose the controversial Finance Bill 2025. Njeri was allegedly arrested on Friday around 2 p.m. in South Bay, Nairobi, by officers from the Cybercrimes and Serious Crimes units. Her detention has raised concerns over freedom of expression and digital rights in the country.
Up to now, she is still in the police custody. She has not been granted bail. We've tried to speak to the OCS, and the OCS have been very clear that it's not his case. The case belongs to the DCI. And as an advocate, I've tried to reach to the DCI. Phone calls have been unanswered. Efforts have been futile.
Njeri, a mother of two, is said to be the sole breadwinner of her family, and her relatives insist she is a law-abiding entrepreneur whose technology work is being mischaracterized as criminal.
Nataka aachiliwe, tuambiwe the way forward. Sidhani amefanya makosa expressing herself. She's expressing a lot of people as well, a lot of youth.
Her lawyers and family claim police have refused to grant her bail. Despite multiple requests, officers at Pangani police station, where Njeri is currently being held, have allegedly blocked efforts to secure her release.
Nimeongea na Njeri leo, Rose Njeri, na akaniambia hasikii vizuri, si anemic, so hata huko anakaa anatetemeka sana.
The Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo has strongly condemned the arrest, describing it as an attack on innovation and civic participation. In a statement posted on X, formerly Twitter, she confirmed that lawyers have been granted access to Njeri, but police remain unwilling to release her. Njeri recently announced the launch of a web-based tool that enables Kenyans to digitally and formally oppose the Finance Bill 2025 with just one click. The tool generated a filled-out submission form for the Parliamentary Budget Committee and enabled users to send it directly via email. Her arrest comes amid heightened public interest in the Financial Bill 2025, which is currently under review. Last year's bill received backlash, most notably from youth-led Gen Z movements who took to the streets to demand economic justice. The government, in response to that pressure, had pledged to be more inclusive and cautious in the formulation of this year's bill. Activists and civil society groups have called for Njeri's immediate release, terming her arrest as a warning to other tech innovators using digital tools to facilitate public participation. The police are yet to officially comment on the charges Njeri's face, if any. Catherine Imuraget, KTN.
Thank you, Imuraget, for that report. Now, two Standard Group journalists were today denied access to State House, Nairobi, despite having received official invitations to cover a joint press briefing by President William Ruto.
Okay, mambo ni kama hayo. Wakenya, mambo yanavyobadilika ndivyo yanavyoendelea kusalia jinsi yalivyokuwa pamoja mbele, tukichukua hatua tatu nyuma. It's very sad that correctional processes or arrests are no longer for combating crime, are no longer for dealing with vices that are unbecoming for the society. They are just tools for punishing those that are perceived not to be pro-government. This has been a tool in the hands of successive governments in trying to make Kenyans be intimidated and go silent on matters that they need to raise their voices. And so what is happening is nothing new, and happening eve to Madaraka Day. It's sad, and it's just a few days after the prayer breakfast where we had some apologies given. So what is this? What were they apologizing for? Why should this be taking place? I'm happy Reverend Lala is here. How are you, sir?
Bernard, I'm well. How are you?
Doing better, thank you.
Okay, I pray that you feel better. Well, completely healed. Good to see you. It's been a little bit of challenging in terms of us getting together, but I'm happy that we can speak how we feel and what we feel on the inside. I don't know what is really wrong with us. It is truly sad that after independence, this we're talking about Madaraka Day coming, we are talking of 1963, the present. Generation is gone, who are probably born prior to independence. Most of them have left the scene. In active life, they are not as many anymore. This is an era of those who did not see ukoloni. They only saw some politically freedom. And to hear of someone arrested and not even given the charges, and even if there are processes that need to be followed when somebody is arrested, because no one is guilty till proven guilty. The policeman should call you, sir, how are you? Let me give my little story, okay? When I was in high school, my cousin and I, two of them did very well. One went to Amisi Secondary School, another one went to Nakuru, and I went to Maseno. So we were all, celebrating, the first time when we got back to school. And so we all went to the public beach in Mombasa, Nyali Public Beach. And while we were there celebrating, all of a sudden, the policemen started whipping us. I was whipped in the back. I'm the one who got the most of the whipping, the whip. And And it's as if, you see, there are some white people who are on the one side also swimming, but they targeted us. These are African, these are Kenyan policemen. And because we didn't fit in the color, that was supposed to be protected. So they were protecting the white people against us and beating us, when actually we were there to celebrate, what we've been asked to do, to go to school and do well. And so that was an experience I had. And then I come to the US, okay? And my car gets stuck on the road somewhere, middle of the road. A policeman comes and call me sir, and even give me free gas, put their tank in mine and give me a little receipt and said, you know what, you can pay, go to any of our police station and pay for the gas that we have given you. And so in my mind, as a Kenyan, to even sit here and hear somebody is in jail because they're opposing a bill, and there I heard she's trembling. I think the news you gave us there, this girl is sick, not doing well. And then we think of ourselves as independent, independent country. It's laughable when we portray to the world Kenya is a free country, independent. I think last time I contributed, I had a very harsh word for Kenyans when we are comparing ourselves to Tanzania. I said not much of it has changed. Yes, there are a lot that has changed. People are more vocal, but the mindset is still the same. A Kenyan is to be protected. A Kenyan is to be given the first place because they are the citizens, they are the taxpayers. And so it is important for us to preach the idea that we are not given favor. Okay, when you come and develop a place, when you give some kind of a road here and there, we are supposed to come and thank you and kneel down before you. No, you are doing your job. Just like if I'm a preacher, I preach. That's my job. And if somebody's a lawyer doing their job. So the fact that I'm a transporter, maybe a driver, I take money to be people to be paid, the salaries, then that's something so special. No, that is my job. So we have our taxpayers' money, and that taxpayers' money, we select or elect some people to administer it. And they're supposed to do it on behalf of Kenya, okay? So to me, Madaraka, and then all of a sudden, some people celebrating because they are getting best of the goodies, others are crying. I think that is really bad. And I think it is not just a Ruto problem, it's a problem that we have had for a long, long time. And my hope at this time that we as Kenyans will demand what we deserve, respect, demand that a young girl like that should not be in jail, should never be in jail. She's not violent. She's not done anything. She's done what the constitution allows her to oppose what it is. So I pray that Kenyans will not celebrate over somebody's suffering, but will stand and say, no, it is enough. We can't do this. Or else, let's forget about this so-called democracy, because it's actually a misnomer. It's a word that should never be used in Kenya. What we need, maybe ask for a benevolent dictator, or just get a king, select a king, make Ruto a king forever. Let him be the state house and is a king, and instead of laughing, at the idea that we're all laughing at the idea that we're independent. So it's very sad that that clip bothers me because of other things that have happened. People have been hurt, and now we are supposed to be celebrating Madaraka, when actually some people are crying. I mean, we are worse off than where we were. And so whatever the plan, the bill is, whatever you want to call it, it has to represent us, and people are free to talk. If they are some misinformation there, it's the duty of Mbadi and others to come and tell us, why, the information that young woman had is wrong. But just to arrest people, harass people for this, I think no, should never happen. And I'm ashamed of, my country on the eve of Madaraka Day. And I think that woman should be out tonight, and so that tomorrow she's there to celebrate, if she has to celebrate some of whatever her gains are for Madaraka, because there are a lot of people who want to celebrate more than others. Certain regions celebrate more than the other region. But there are those that are really having a hard time. And those are the places where no security is there. The police is busy arresting an innocent person instead of taking care of people who really need to be protected out there in the countryside, and people of abduction and all that. So it's a call for all of us to be civil, to love our nation, to stand for it, and to demand justice for all of us. Then we can be a nation, or else we are celebrating really nothing. Back to you, Bernard.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Lala. We appreciate that. It is sad and unbelievable that over 60 years of independence, and we are still treating our people like they are second class, and even worse than that, for no apparent reason. Because I don't see anything legal about creating a website to sensitize people. Civic education is the right for every Kenyan to be in the know-how. So which part of the law did the young lady or violate, express themselves on matters, the finance bill? And if the finance bill is for Kenyans, why would Kenyans not be allowed to ventilate on the same exchange views and be able to be in the know-how, so that when they are supporting it, they support it from a position of knowledge and not a position of ignorance? Is this what we bargained for? And Lala, you're here. You should help us understand what was the significance of self-rule. Is that not Madaraka that we are celebrating?
It's really sad, especially, Reverend Bolden, Ricky Bolden, whom you invited. That is my best friend. We used to go out to preach together. We graduated same seminary, same time. His family are like my own family. He is one of my best friends, and I'm so proud of his message, of reconciliation to the nation. And to see, I've heard there was some kind of repentance, and then it seems as if that was done because Ricky was there. Okay, but let me tell Kenyan, Ricky, Reverend Bolden is a good man. How good is he? This is a man who ran away from football. In fact, if he's here listening to me somewhere, we used to talk a lot. We drive together to different cities to preach. Okay, me and him. Okay, so this is a man who quit football. He had millions, how they make money in American football. And he left because he wanted to preach. And while we were there, Bolden was paying for everybody, college students and others, money, paying their school fees and all that. And people, the whole city, the whole nation, wondering what kind of, this man has gone mad, he's gone into religion, and people did not treat that very kindly because they wanted him to bang people. He's a football player in American football, how it is. And Ricky has had about 8 fractures in his body, okay? And it's a man of faith. His baby, the first baby, was born like a little kid, a preemie, stayed in the hospital for a long time. We didn't thought we'd make it. But it's somebody who has seen God, and we work in the inner city of different cities, especially Cleveland. And that's the kind of person he is. So if there was a man of God that Kenyan, you guys invited, it was Ricky. And I vouched for him. I didn't even know he was coming because we have been away from each other. He left me and in a different place. But he is a wonderful human being, humble to the ground. And so to hear, the message was clear. I think it was as clear as anyone can. And I thought there could be reconciliation and think like arresting, a young woman of this nature and plus others, I thought would be thing of the past. I mean, you start by directives and telling people not to do something like this, and they're still doing it. So I don't understand it, really. So, but I just want to say that Ricky is a good man, a wonderful brother in Christ, and came here. And if he's in Kenya, my home is his home. So I'm happy that he was able to come. So I want to just share about Ricky, good man.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Lala, for that rejoinder. We appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to engage, in case you're coming to the studio, please make haste. We may be disconnected within the shortest time. Our internet supplier has service provider has some technical hitches, and we are mostly without the internet, and so right now we are using bundles, and bundles cannot stay for long. So kama unakuja studio wai mapema tukazungumze masuala haya. Now remember, Madaraka Day celebrations are in Homa Bay. There are preparations already underway. But before we get that, let's look at Duale's story about what is it called? Nicotine imports. Let's look at this first, and then we look at Madaraka Day.
Now, the Ministry of Health has suspended the importation, manufacture, distribution, and sale of nicotine-related products in the country with immediate effect. Now, the Ministry of Health has suspended the importation, manufacture, distribution, and sale of nicotine-related products in the country with immediate effect, citing serious health risks, particularly to the youth. Speaking during the incineration of over 5.5 tons of seized nicotine products in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County, to commemorate World No Tobacco Day, Health Cabinet Secretary Eden Duale declared a firm stance against what he termed a toxic industry targeting the country's most vulnerable. Gloria Melimo with his report.
The fight against tobacco and nicotine-related products in the country has intensified, with the Ministry of Health taking sweeping action to curb their harmful effects on public health and the environment. In a landmark move, the government has suspended all licenses related to the manufacture, importation, distribution, sale, and promotion of nicotine products, marking a new front in the war against tobacco.
The Ministry of Health, pursuant to the Tobacco Control Act 2007 and other applicable laws, hereby, and today I'm doing it, hereby suspends all existing licenses and import clearance related to the manufacture, importation, distribution, sale, all promotion of nicotine and related products with immediate effect. All persons and entities previously licensed are now required to reapply within 21 days and submitting full compliance documentation for consideration. We are going to do a very serious compliance vetting system going forward. It will not be business as usual.
To further shield the young and impressionable youth from the dangers of nicotine-related products like electronic cigarettes and shisha that have been billed as the cigarettes of the 21st century, the Ministry of Health incinerated at least 5.5 tons of the products seized in Eldoret, further sounding a warning to the tobacco industry players against turning Kenya into a dumping ground for harmful products.
It is a declaration that I am making today. Kenya will not be a dumping ground for toxic substance. That must be very, very clear. If it was happening before, it will not happen again under my leadership. You must account for what you bring to our country. You cannot have the luxury to destroy our young people. We, those of us who have been given the responsibility to protect the health of our citizens, we will do our duty morally and within the confines of the Health Act and the Constitution.
Tobacco continues to pose a significant threat to global health. And as Kenya joined the rest of the world in marking World No Tobacco Day, experts warn that the war is far from over, even as the call to eradicate tobacco use grows louder and more urgent than ever. Gloria Milimu, KTN.
A probe into the collapse and subsequent demolition of an 11-story building in Mombasa in April this year has uncovered regulatory breaches and failures.
Okay, there you have it. Nicotine imports banned by the CS for Health. Reverend Lala, what's your take on that? Are we not fighting the symptom instead of the sickness itself?
I think I'm behind the CS. I think we have to start somewhere because really there are serious health challenges when it comes to nicotine. But it can be only a symptom if it's not very comprehensive, because a lot need to be done. Teaching all the way from schools, let them know that these are harmful substances that have serious consequences to the life, to the economy, to our people, to the health, rather than coming up with something, a sound bite is all, and then next time there's nothing going on, which actually is going to be just a statement for all kinds of reasons that they know best. So to me, I think this should be a first step. There should be a more comprehensive approach to this. So that could have been a symbol when already they have launched, a fight against addiction and against drug use. And I don't know what's going on in the country, because there may have been other programs that are going on. But starting somewhere is not a bad thing. But it has to, other component of it has to be released so that people know exactly what's going on. Because the corruption, and I don't see that making any dent on the problem. It may be a way of trying to control the rival so that the other person can bring something. We've known things have happened that way, where you see something being launched, but they are somebody else. That's like the sugar thing, they're fighting bad sugar, yet somebody else is bringing in their own. So let's wait and see what the plan they have. But I'm skeptical, but it's a good start. I've got no problem somebody who's saying, let's keep our people away from cigarettes, and because it's a bad thing. And the thing also, we have to remember that actually there's a decline of tobacco use in the Western world. It's only the third world where the figure is on the increase. And so if those figures are correct, then we are actually, we become the dumping ground. Africa becomes the dumping ground for those tobacco companies, because they don't have a lot of market in the Western world. People are running away from that. But
Lala, we're getting you broken. I don't know why. Your audio keeps fluctuating.
Can you hear me now?
If you can get me.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, it's from my end. Somebody confirm, please.
Yeah, must be from your end. Yes. So
okay.
Yeah, it must be from your end. Can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's from your end. So I think tobacco is bad for our economy because of health challenges that will require a lot to treat, okay? And on the other hand, these companies, they have lost market outside, so they're looking for other sources of market to market their product so that they can, continue the profit on while we are dying, burying our people. So to me, anybody fighting tobacco, I'm with them, but it has to be done with a very clear goal, good program, and we do know education work. Okay, when people are told why it is bad, start from young people. It works because I know it is worked in the Western world, in the US. I know it works. So people, when they know the harms of cigarettes, the harm of other, chemicals, they will most likely not use it, or at least fewer people will go that route. But with only jails and all this, that doesn't work if it doesn't it's not accompanied by other methods. So that's my statement on that issue, Bernard. So I'm with him to an extent. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And from my end, I think we can do much better, because to me it appears like a reaction, and then the luggage is confiscated in Eldoret. That means it came in by air or by what? And then the distraction of that and the pronouncement of the Minister for Health, that is CS for Health, it leaves a lot of questions, because these are imports, and for imports to take place, you need the clearance of the minister. That means the previous minister authorized, the current minister cancels. And then these are also business people who have invested into those imports. Were they illegal by the time they were being imported, or we've just woken up to the same? Are they importing illegal things? So in my way I see it, this government is more reactive than proactive, because if you don't want nicotine imported, you just give an ultimatum, no imports, and when they come to the border, they are not allowed in. But this one of going to follow the luggage somebody has come with and then you destroy it, is to me is creating drama. And
are you saying that there's no policy on that? I thought there must have been something that has been explained to people. Now they are full, or is
there has to be, okay, like maybe we should do from Matiang'i. When Matiang'i wanted to stop the culture of betting, he came up with a policy, took to parliament, it was passed, and then now he began to close all those betting shops. When you are backed up with the law. But this one of just arresting, or rather, it cannot stop, because there is no specific law that forbids that. And then, of course, the greatest BAT, African tobacco. We have not closed it. It is still here. And then there are farmers who are growing that and supplying to BAT. So what are which nicotine are we fighting, and which one are we accepting? BAT is one of the greatest contributors to the KRA in terms of taxes. So unachukua hela ya sigara huku ukivuja sigara huku. But quickly, because of time, and the internet is warning me.
You're correct.
Let's get this Madaraka. You will speak at once.
Preparations for the first national celebration in Homa Bay County are complete.
Let's get this Homa Bay readiness for the Madaraka Day.
Yeah, Bernard.
Preparations for the first national celebration in Homa Bay County are complete hours before the 62nd Madaraka Day celebration is commemorated at the Raila Odinga Stadium. Police and other state organs say security arrangements have been firmed up in and outside the 12,000 capacity stadium, where visiting Slovenian President Nataša Musar will be the chief guest. Bernard Ojwang with the details.
Inside the new Raila Odinga Stadium, visible joy fills the faces of locals ahead of what is a first for Homa Bay County. They have been camping at the stadium daily to witness the rehearsals. Saturday's final preparation began with a military parade, with forces showcasing their marching skills, much to the excitement of the locals.
Mimi nimefurahia sana na hii sherehe tumeletewa huku. Na imefika hapa asubuhi saa 12 na bado tuko hapa tunangoja hii sherehe ya kesho na turudi nyumbani.
Mimi naye vile naona sitarudi nyumbani leo. Nitalala hapa hadi asubuhi wa kesho juu hii naye siwezi rudi nyumbani Kokola. Na nimeamini itakuwa hivyo hivyo.
Outside the stadium, roads heading to the town center and government facilities which had been under construction are now complete. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura says it's all systems go.
This is a beacon of hope because it's a 12,000 seater capacity. It's never happened before. You can see even the finishing, the state of that. We just came here some few months ago with the national chair, Raymond Omolo, and a lot of work had not been done. In fact, my person was telling me, we were here, there was no roof. But you can see now it's complete. In fact, when we flew around here, you could see the beauty.
Mwaura says that evolving national celebrations to counties is building the spirit of nationhood.
Homa Bay was just a little town with no roads. But today it's rivaling Kisumu, for example. It's becoming a city. Homa Bay is rising.
The Nyanza Regional Commissioner has assured Kenyans of security while issuing traffic instructions to those planning to attend the celebration.
All motorists coming from Kisumu and Kendu Bay direction and heading to Mbita, Oyugis, Rongo, Kisii and Migori towns and have no business in Homa Bay town are advised to branch off at Olare and lead to Imbo Road before proceeding to their destinations.
Well, this is the first time Homa Bay County is hosting national celebrations. Preparations that started 1 month ago is now complete. According to security organs here, Kenyans are expected to start streaming near as early as 3 a.m. Madaraka Day is a national holiday celebrated every June 1st to commemorate the day Kenya attained internal self-rule from British colonization. Bernard Ojwang, NTV in the county of Homa Bay.
Bernard.
There you have it. Your county is hosting the celebration. Yeah.
But by the way, that stadium is built next to actually my grandfather's land. My house is about a mile and a half from that stadium. So that is home. If you talk to 10 people around there, probably one of them know who I am. So congratulations. Let them celebrate Kenya, yes, but we have a long way to go, and we got to build a nation, not places. Yeah. So people excited. They're calling me here. They're asking me. For me, I'm celebrating now. I got my Kenyan thing here, and I got my Masai shuka. So I'm in the mood already while here. So that's that. But I think the idea of going to different places with celebrating is a good thing, rather than everybody going to Nairobi. So that the idea, whoever came up with it, did a very good thing, because different parts of the country can have an experience of what it is to be Kenya. If you go to places like Meru, past Meru, and you come to Nairobi, they ask you, "Have you come from Kenya?" I think you've been there. They don't believe they're in Kenya. They talk of going to Kenya. In other words, they don't think that they are in the country. I think it's just a figure of speech, but the reality is when you are there, it's quite, in other words, Nairobi and other places are quite remote. But I think when we do things like this, it allows the country to be that unity that we are looking for, so that we can vote as a country. We can see our issues that we are fighting against as a people, not everybody's focusing on their own little neighborhood, or whether others are neglected completely. So I think that's why we are out here, we're fighting for the nation, and that's why the channel is here, because the fight is still not won yet. We are still have a long, long way to go. In fact, you said it very correctly, Bernard, that we make one step forward and then we make several steps backward. Just to reiterate, Ricky Golden. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. I just wanted to remind you wanted to say something about nicotine and the fight.
Nicotine? Yeah. Nicotine.
The government collecting taxes as well as fighting. So, which is which?
That's the contradiction that people don't understand. It's the same as when Changa was illegal, yet they import whiskeys and vodka and others, and they're both the same thing, and yet one is illegal and not the other, So I think we have to have a clear message to the people, because this inconsistency is what is causing some of these problems we have. Like cigarette, as you stated, if there's no clear policy, not all of us understand, and then it doesn't make sense. And by the way, Duale, the job of a CS, let me reiterate it, is PR, period. A CS has to explain the government policy to the people and sell it to the people so that they can buy into it, so that people know exactly what is going on. The people like PS and others, those are technical people that are supposed to be, helping break, do some work there to craft those policies. But it's the CS job to be able to help Kenyans know exactly the policies, why we do what we do, and when do we need to do it, and how do we need to do it to break it down. People should not be shocked all of a sudden they are banning, things, and nobody knows where, and some other things are being sold. And just like you stated there, where the tobacco, the companies there operating, in Kenya, and yet we are saying this one need to be banned. These are the ones corrupting us. Well, does it mean the other ones that we use in Kenya don't corrupt us or something? So the minister, the CS needs to go back to the drawing board, look at what his message is. He can't do politics, out there. That's why I think we wanted those technocrats to come in to kind of break this policy, let people know exactly what's being done. And Matiang'i did a very good job, and others in that mold. So in my mind, this is not how to do the work. I am for fighting tobacco, yes. Even the one we have, we can put other products, because in the long run, it is actually the people that is harmed. The economy is actually harmed, because if you look at the illnesses related to tobacco, cigarette smoking, lung problems, these are long-term illnesses that actually slow people down. The economy goes towards that. If we are serious about treating our people, they will be up to a lot of money just spending on treating lung cancer, from tobacco. It's not cheap at all. And of course, we know that when you are senior government official, you will travel outside, use money, the taxpayers' money, and so it's not how we can't win with growing things like tobacco. We gotta go to something else that can help us, and we can transition beautifully to something, a different product. Yes, Ben, back to you.
Exactly. Thank you. It was also reported that the farms where tobacco is grown get spoiled eventually, that nothing else can grow there. And so I think the control process needs to be well organized, and we need to invest more into more we could say environment-friendly crops that enhance, yes,
I think you're correct.
That enhance the betterment of the soil and the fertility of the soil, other than spoiling our agricultural lands, doing a cash crop that is damaging the environment instead of making it better. And so the government needs to come forcefully on the scene and do the necessary. But it appears that our governments are so hungry and so, money oriented that they forget the importance of keeping a healthy environment with the proper crops. Is one of the ways of safeguarding the money. Because if we don't have cancer patients, we don't have lung complications and all that, that money that goes into healthcare can be used for something else. But the more sick our population is, the more the government spends. So even this they are collecting from tobacco all ends up either in hospital in one way or another. So we really need better thinkers and, of course, pro people policies, pro safeguarding people. I remember when I was a school boy, the government used to act in the interest of the people to an extent whereby they would go and protect a whole society, a whole community, on things that nowadays it is brushed off. Like if there is an outbreak of a particular sickness, the government will move in forcefully, force people, you can't go this way because there is this disease this way, and they have to control it, and you'll be arrested if you try to go there because they are protecting that society. But today they tell you if you want to go, go. If you don't go, so that I don't care attitude is bad for the country and is bad for any government. And that's why everybody needs to align with what is necessary in saving this country, other than this attitude of iyon yao, shauri yao, and all that. We really need to come back to our senses and help our country recover. Now, Reverend Dala, we have to begin to call it a day or a night as we warm up for Madaraka Day. Our internet has refused to come back. So Safaricom is telling me here I'm remaining with what? I think 1 GB. So 1 GB will not last long. We started the show with 5. And it's hardly 1 hour. We have already consumed 5. But all in all, it's been good to link up. I'm having some sore throat. So I can't speak for long. But Shadiso is here. He was to take over from me if the internet will have behaved. But I think we'll have more to say after the Madaraka Day celebration. How they go in Homa Bay. The Homa Bayans people are saying, kuna kurudi nyumbani. But the Lalaka Stadium, this is good. Homa Bay is one of my I would say favorite cities. I think I've preached in Homa Bay more than anywhere else. And I think
where did you preach? Which church?
The JCC. It used to be
Oh,
redeemed.
the JCC is there. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I've
Yeah,
been
that's
guest
home.
many places.
Next time you come home, you stay at just within the town there. There's a place for you. Have a bedroom there.
Good. So I will let you know. I will let you know.
Mhm.
The Homa Bay is a very good place, and also the reception of the gospel is not difficult like other places. Although the traditional churches here, they are very strong
That's true.
and very committed to their traditions. So it's a
true.
good city.
So do you
Well,
know
let's call it tomorrow. I think tomorrow.
tomorrow? Yeah. All right.
Sorry?
I'm just saying.
Reverend Dickens.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll connect. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, we'll link up tomorrow so that we discuss the Tanzania issue also. We did not discuss it properly.
Yeah,
we have two sides of the parliament. There's a parliament that is it's one parliamentarian that very good speech on. She asked the angry parliamentarians to show her the part of the law the activists broke by coming to Tanzania. Are they not responding to something that has not happened? Which law forbids that if you are an activist, you should not come to Tanzania and you should be arrested and be tortured? Where is that in our laws? And I saw that to be a very sober way to look at it, other than the reaction of resorting to insult on a matter that is obvious. And it looked clearly that the Tanzania parliament was responding to June 25th of 2024, when the matter at hand was just people appearing in court to hear to witness a case proceeding. So they were responding to something else using something else, and we'll also dive into that. Is it that we Kenyans are so much feared, and then of course the Museveni repentance? So I want you to look at those things and utatusaidia kuelewa hii Museveni anatubu nini na anatubu kwa nini anaongozwa na madamu. Issues. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it a night there. We'll link up after the Madaraka Day celebration, but have a great Madaraka Day celebration. Please stay safe, stay out of trouble, and then, of course, let's watch out each other's back. The arrests, the abductions, we are still, we must remain vigilant, but don't overlook when somebody is being taken. Please raise the alarm, let it be known. Like now, this lady, she's in Pangani police station, arrested by DCI. DCI is not supposed to. Does DCI take people to the to police station, or they are supposed to be taken at the DCI headquarters?
Yeah, that's the misuse of the Constitution, and it is sad, because the job of a police officer is to come and read for you Miranda right, and then follow the law, go there and book you if it is something that cannot be let you go. Then they have to get the judge's orders to detain you, or if it is I think Kenya, same thing. I think how many hours you're supposed to be kept, if maybe 24 hours.
Within 24 hours, you should be delivered before a judge.
24 hours, yes. You're supposed to have appeared in, and that's why I think they used to arrest people towards the Friday evening, so that the weekend you stay there long, but because they want to keep you longer, but the law does not allow somebody to be arrested for no reason. No. Yeah. So whatever they are doing is illegal, and it's sad that people who know the law are the ones that are breaking it, which makes it truly sad. So
yeah, the really purpose of the arrest on Friday, or like now this one with the holiday, is mainly to punish the person arrested by keeping them longer before they are produced before the judge. And probably like now she's arrested on Saturday, Sunday there is no court hearing. Monday there will be no court hearing, is still extended Madaraka Day celebration. So until Tuesday. And from the look of things, she could be just released on Tuesday morning. Just like that. And that is why I think somebody needs to challenge that in the court of law. Because why should they arrest somebody and then release the person without producing them before the judge? And of course, reading out whatever wrong she has committed. This aspect of punishing people extrajudicial, that's extrajudicial, because you are picking me on Friday when you know you cannot produce me before the judge, keep me for long. When I need to go to the judge, you tell me to go home because you don't have any case against me. So that should not be allowed. And I'm happy that the Law Society of Kenya is on this. Senior lawyers are on this particular case, but we need a lasting solution. This arrest on Friday needs to be stopped. And if there is no, I think we should go back to that. If there's no warrant of arrest, nobody should be arrested. And this Subaru boys needs to be stopped by all means, whatever it takes, because we cannot have a country like this. Why should we be grappling with introducing order and, of course, making Kenyans secure? Then when Kenyans are just about to settle down, you begin an arranged arrest again, and you arrest people. How do you arrest somebody for owning a website? This is terrible.
Let me give you an American understanding here, what we do here. There are cases where a surprise arrest is necessary. Somebody, a terrorist, and other people who have done something that there's a danger to society. Okay, every single day, 24 hours, there is a judge, whether it's on Sunday or Monday, whatever it is, the judge is there that you got to go and convince that judge. Even on Sunday, they feel like somebody is selling something and we know they are dangerous and all that. They call that judge to get that warrant for search or arrest. In other words, police does not come and arrest you because they know you are doing something else. They have to convince the judge that it is necessary to go and do it at this time. We know there's a crime going on, or this is something going on, so that these people who are coming to arrest you have something to defend themselves, okay? Because they are basically trampling on your rights as a citizen, because none of that should happen. But they're doing it because they have a legal document. That's why you ask them, show me the warrant, okay? And this is given anytime, okay? They can get it even now or any minute. Is there somebody? And that was made, for a nation, because there are cases where they can come in and arrest you, but there has to be somebody in the middle, and that's called a judge. And that judge is available 24 hours to protect things like what we see that now is going on in Kenya. Because there's no judge, they just come as DCI, they take you, and then they bring you to court. What for? They are supposed to be charged. We're just taking you that way because they got nothing to show that this is the process here. So it is sad what's going on in Kenya. Very, very sad. Yeah. Like right now, I can be arrested, but then if they claim that they're arresting me without whatever for certain reason, then they have to produce that particular warrant. But we went to the judge, and this is what the judge stated. Yes, but if they just come to me, they gotta read for me. Able, really, we think we're gonna arrest you. This is why we are doing it. And then you can say, let me call my lawyer, whatever the case may be. Your lawyer can escort you to the cell, but they know exactly what is going on. Because what happened is that one of my profession, I'm a pastor, but I'm a traumatologist. Okay,
Lala, I need to cut it short.
I'm a trauma specialist, and post-traumatic stress disorder is what these people suffer when they are arrested the way they are arrested. They are never the same again, because if you talk with a lot of people when arrested, they don't sleep. Their normal sleep is gone. They are never sleeping normally again. Okay, something is done to them, and that they can never heal from for long. They just manage it. This is why it should never happen. Yeah. Back to you, Bernard. I know time is gone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's link up. Happy Madaraka Day.
Happy Madaraka Day to you and to Kenyans, to everyone in the background. God bless you. Happy Madaraka.
You've dreamed about the perfect wedding, the dress, the vows, the happily ever after. But let's ask the most important question.
Marriage is one of life's most monumental decisions. It's not just about the wedding day or the ring, it's about committing your heart, mind, and soul to a lifelong partnership. But here's the big question. Are you really ready? Introducing Are You Marriage Ready? By Bernard Ngozi, a transformative ebook designed to guide you in building a successful and fulfilling union. This essential resource delves deep into personal growth, compatibility assessment, and the true meaning of marriage beyond the fairy tale. Learn how to reflect on your values, develop emotional resilience, and evaluate your relationship to ensure compatibility. This book opened my eyes to areas I needed to work on and helped me see my relationship in a new light. Jessica M. Available now for just $5, Are You Marriage Ready? Is accessible on all major platforms. Don't miss this opportunity to prepare yourself for one of life's most beautiful journeys. Follow the link in the description below to download your copy now. Empower your future. Embrace a fulfilling marriage now.